Police have pretty much closed off the entire perimeter here. If you take a look closely, you can see we've counted at least 40 evidence markers from here. Let's walk you through how it all unfolded. Police say 3 men were sitting inside that white vehicle there in the 2300 block of West Roosevelt Road when they were approached by 3 armed men. All of this happening just after 1:20 this afternoon. Investigators say the suspects shot into that vehicle. That's when the car caught on fire. 2 men were killed. A 35-year-old was pronounced dead at the scene, and a 48-year-old was taken to Mount Sinai Hospital, where he later died. A third victim, a 44-year-old man, was shot in the back, taken to Stroger Hospital. We're told it appears he is in good condition. Police say the suspects fled the scene, and no one is in custody at this time. Right now, detectives are talking to witnesses, gathering evidence, and combing through the scene here. They've been in and out of that restaurant for the past hour or so. Again, 2 people are dead tonight. A third person is in the hospital recovering. We are hearing from police that they are working the scene here, talking to witnesses. We'll have an update for you coming up in the next hour. We'll toss it back to you guys in the studio.
All right, we were having some issues there with Leslie's audio, but if you go to fox32chicago.com, we have all the latest information about what we know about that breaker. Right now, we want to go to another breaker in Washington. The partial government shutdown is ending. President Trump just signed that bill. The vote was 217 to 214. This ends a 4-day standoff. The bill funds most of the government for the year. It extends Homeland Security funding through February 13th. 21 Republicans voted against it. 21 Democrats voted for it. Immigration policy is the next fight. Paris Schutz is looking at what this means for Homeland Security funding. That's coming up at 4:30. All right, let's look outside now. This feels like winter behaving for once. Let's say that again, because I worked hard on that line. Look outside. This feels like winter behaving for once. I want her to hear me, okay? Chief Meteorologist Emily Walls is with us. It's manageable out there.
Yeah, it's really not so bad. We have temperatures for a lot of us that are sitting in the upper 20s to near 30 degrees, and that is still below average. But it's a lot better than where we have been previously this week. And then, of course, last week was just brutally cold. Here's something that we're watching, though. So the satellite and radar, we've been seeing some lake effect clouds moving in off of Lake Michigan. And that's going to continue as winds have now turned to be out of the northeast. They've also gotten a little gusty near the lakefront as well. Your temps right now, again, looking pretty decent. We are in the upper 20s to low 30s. It is 32 in Joliet. We're at 30 in Aurora, same thing in Gary. It's now 27 degrees at O'Hare, also 27 at the Chicago lakefront. Here's where we're headed over the next couple of hours. So we're still going to hold on to that cloud cover. Temperatures throughout the evening going to be dropping down into the teens. Most of us are going to find our low temperatures tonight in the teens, and there's going to be at least the chance that a couple locations, especially near the Wisconsin state line, may actually drop into the single digits. So it does get cold again tonight. Here's a look at your weather headlines. We have isolated snow chances the next couple of days, mainly tonight into tomorrow, but high temperatures still looking decent. We're going to be in the 20s and 30s the next couple of days, and actually coming very close to 40 by Friday. Those details coming up.
All right, thanks, Emily. Police are searching for the person who killed a bar owner in Moments.
Yeah, a young mom ran the bar. Someone shot and killed her during a robbery. Casey Cronus is there. Casey, what are police saying?
Terrence and Sylvia, this story is heartbreaking. The Kankakee County Sheriff telling us that Courtney Drysdale handed over the money she was asked for, but still, and this next detail is disturbing, he says she was shot execution style. Drysdale, who was 30 years old and lived in Moments, has a young daughter. Around 11 yesterday morning, Sheriff Mike Downey says she was opening up her business, The Line. It's a bar located on Illinois Route 114, just steps from the Indiana border. Police say this man showed up wearing a neon yellow safety jacket and carrying a clipboard. They say he demanded money from the register before pulling the trigger.
Despite her cooperation, the suspect shot her twice, execution style, before fleeing the scene. No one else was inside the bar at the time of the incident. Before leaving, the suspect attempted to remove what he believed to be a digital recording device from the wall. However, investigators have recovered video evidence.
In addition to clear images of the suspect, investigators also pulled photos of his car, a white four-door BMW sedan with a sunroof and dark distinctive rims that fled east toward Indiana. Now, Kankakee County Crime Stoppers is offering a $5,000 reward if you can identify the suspect. He is armed and considered dangerous. If you see him or know where he is, you are asked to call 911. You can also report tips anonymously to Crime Stoppers. Reporting live in Moments, Casey Cronus, Fox Chicago.
All right, Casey, thank you. Chicago just changed its proposed snap curfew again.
It allows police to potentially give a 30-minute warning to disperse instead of 12 hours.
Repligansky is at City Hall. Brett, you found out about another big change.
So within the last hour, I spoke with Alderman Brian Hopkins, who told me Mayor Brandon Johnson is now collaborating with him on this proposed snap curfew. So the alders did not take a vote on this during the Public Safety Committee today, since Alderman Hopkins told me they still need more time to work on the language in this new draft. So there could be more changes ahead in the next few days or even in the next few weeks when we talk about this. But I looked at the new draft that says before an officer can issue a citation, they have to ask the person's age and why they're out. Now, keep in mind, it says police can still arrest someone for failure to disperse. Now, several alders have been in favor of a snap curfew, which is all about preventing youth violence after several incidents like the fatal shooting after the city's tree lighting ceremony in November. Now, there were several people who spoke against this proposed ordinance. Many of them are teenagers who feel the city is unfairly targeting them simply for being young and wanting to be in public. And I caught up with them after the council meeting, who really, they were hoping the alders would listen to their concerns.
A bit hopeful, like seeing how much youth has been spoken here today. I think I'm hopeful, but seeing how things have went in the past, it's kind of bringing that hope down.
Do you feel like the alders listened to what you and some of your friends had to say today?
Well, I was looking down at them, and pretty sure half the time they weren't even really looking at the speaker. So I don't feel like they were listening.
So I took their concerns directly to Alderman Hopkins, who told me this is not about targeting anyone for being young or simply wanting to exist in public. He said it's about addressing youth violence, keeping everybody safe, and preventing street takeovers.
We have to tell our young people there's boundaries, there's acceptable behavior and unacceptable behavior. Robbing convenience stores, blocking buses, taking over the streets, taking guns out and threatening people is unacceptable behavior. Whether you're 15 or 25, it doesn't matter. So we're setting those boundaries, and it's appropriate we do so, because when you look at the teen trends, it's not uncommon.
So we're going to have to wait another 2 weeks before we see what's in the final proposal. But Alderman Hopkins told me they feel like they're close. He didn't say how much support there's going to be for this current ordinance or this proposal here, but he feels like they're close enough. The big takeaway here is he feels that this could get over without having a veto-proof majority. The big key takeaway is having the support of Mayor Brandon Johnson. I did reach out to his office earlier today. I still haven't heard back about how he feels about this latest proposal. We are live outside City Hall tonight. Brett Bogansky, Fox Chicago.
All right, thanks for that, Brett. Members of Congress held a forum in Washington today. They heard from people whose lives have been changed by ICE and Border Patrol agents.
In some cases, tragically. One of them was Marmar Martinez from Chicago. Border Patrol shot her 5 times last October in Brighton Park.
Scott is joining us now with details on this. Scott?
Yeah, Sylvia and Terrence, Marmar Martinez woke up in October the 4th of last year, determined to do something good with her day. So she gathered some clothing. She wanted to donate it to charity, and she set out for her local church. That's when she spotted what she believed to be Border Patrol, a vehicle surveilling her neighborhood. Now, she didn't plan on following immigration agents that day and honking her horn to warn people, but that is exactly what she did. And people in the neighborhood started setting off their car alarms. For about 20 minutes, she alerted her neighbors that Border Patrol was in the neighborhood. That's when she says things escalated.
I knew I had to get to safety before I was dragged from my car and likely beaten or killed. I drove forward and went around the Border Patrol agents, who jumped out of his car and pointed his gun at me. I moved to the far left lane, striking the curb on the far left side of Kedzie.
The next thing I knew, I felt a burning sensation in my arms, legs, and that I had been shot by pepper balls.
Well, they were not pepper balls. They were, of course, bullets. Marimar testifying that she heard her rear passenger window shatter from gunfire. She would pull over, she would call 911, and she would be rushed to a nearby hospital, where she says she saw her life flash before her eyes.
I remember the agents rushing the nurses to finish up so they could take me with them. I still felt dizzy. I was not able to fully process what had happened to me. After being at the hospital for less than 3 hours, I was discharged from the hospital and took custody of the FBI.
Now, we're going to have much more on Marimar Martinez's testimony, which wrapped up not long ago before members of Congress next hour. Meanwhile, Paris Schutz will have more on the push to investigate her shooting at 4:30. Sylvia?
All right, thanks for that, Scott. Well, members of Congress, including Illinois lawmaker Delia Ramirez, making a renewed push to defund ICE. It comes as the House passes a spending package, including 2 weeks of short-term funding for DHS. Democrats and Republicans will spend that time to come to an agreement on ICE's future. But Ramirez says fellow lawmakers should support the Melt ICE Act, which would end the DHS immigration enforcement once and for all. And she claims that saves taxpayers money.
We must significantly diminish ICE's funding as a natural consequence of the complete disregard for the rule of law in our Constitution. You and I both know that at a time where our communities are facing a crushing crisis of affordability, we have to take every resource we have and redirect it to neighborhoods.
The Congresswoman went on to say that money should be used to fund housing, health care, and education instead. And the FBI is now in the search for the mother of Today Show anchor Savannah Guthrie in Arizona. 84-year-old Nancy Guthrie was reported missing on Sunday. Fox's Amalia Roy is live in Tucson with this story, and we'll have an update for you a little bit later.
All right, let's get to something else breaking this hour. The Chicago Bulls made a trade. They traded Vooch to the Boston Celtics. They got guard Anthony Simmons back. Several other NBA teams made deals today, too. We'll have much more on that at 5. All right, a new tool in the fight against lung cancer.
Infrared technology is helping target cancer cells in the body. A doctor from Loyola Medicine talks about the success that he's been seeing.
An update on the Jeffrey Epstein investigation. The Clintons now reversing course. So why they've agreed to testify before Congress now.
And a local boy badly burned while taking part in a troubling TikTok trend involving a popular toy. We're going to hear from him next. A routine school morning turned into a nightmare for one family.
Yeah, a 9-year-old got burned at school by something that was supposed to calm kids down. His family in Plainfield wants other parents to know what happened. Tia Ewing talked to them. What happened?
Well, you look at this and you think innocent, right? But it's what happened with this toy that really caused all of this harm. It happened in a matter of moments. A curious child, a microwave, and this squishy sensory toy marketed as harmless, meant for stress relief. But what followed was anything but harmless. Within seconds, the toy overheated and exploded, sending a fourth grader to a burn center. And we want to warn you tonight, the next picture is really hard to see. This is how 9-year-old Caleb Chabola's face looked after putting a Nito toy inside the microwave. He says his friend tried it first after seeing a TikTok video, and then he decided to try it one day.
My friend did it before, but she put it in for, like, she didn't get hurt, but I did it before, but nothing happened. But I accidentally did it again, and I put it in for 1 minute, and I meant to take it out before 1 minute and 40 seconds.
Yeah, so all of this happened on January 20th. Whitney Grubbs stepped into her garage to warm up the car. She was assuming that her son Caleb was inside heating up breakfast, but instead she heard a really loud scream. Caleb put a Nito sensory toy into the microwave for 40 seconds. When he opened the door, the gelatin-like filling inside exploded right onto his face. The company says the toy is designed for durability, made to resist tears and punctures during normal use. Some sources say inside is a PVA-based compound advertised as non-toxic and safe for children. Caleb was rushed to the emergency room, then transferred overnight to Loyola's Medicine's burn unit there, their burn center. Caleb later told his mother he learned about microwaving the toy from a friend at school, part of a trend fueled by viral videos. Loyola Medicine now says this is the 4th Nito-related burn case they've treated this year alone.
Definitely a lot better because some of the early pictures were definitely scary. We were worried about his eye, of course, which he was cleared by ophthalmology, which is great.
The material inside is so thick that it holds heat longer because it's thick, and it sticks, and so it stays on the skin longer. And that causes even more problems than, say, a similar temperature water that might slide right off.
Just think before you act, and think before when you're like putting something in the microwave, because you can only put food, and it's more like powerful than the oven and other stuff.
Very good advice, right? He would know best. We did reach out to TikTok and the makers of Nito. So far, we haven't heard back, but a good warning tonight, Sylvia and Terrence, for parents out there.
Yeah, good lesson for us all as well. Our new information in the Jeffrey Epstein investigation now. Bill and Hillary Clinton agreed to testify before Congress. They finalized the agreement with House Republicans. They'll testify later this month. They refused at first. They accused Chairman James Comer of making it political. Both say they didn't know about Epstein's crimes. Photos show Bill Clinton with Epstein. No one has accused him of any wrongdoing.
The man accused of killing Turning Point USA founder Charlie Kirk is back in the courtroom. Tyler Robinson's attorneys are arguing to have the Utah County Attorney's Office dismissed from the case. Robinson's attorneys are asking to have prosecutors disqualified after learning an 18-year-old child of a deputy prosecutor witnessed Kirk's assassination. They say this is a conflict of interest, but Utah prosecutors disagree. They say they don't need or plan to rely on that witness for their case.
Disney picked a new CEO. They have been looking for someone to replace Bob Iger for years. Josh D'Amaro takes over as CEO next month. He runs Disney's theme parks right now. Iger pushed back his retirement several times. He even stepped down once. He came back in 2022. The Disney board fired his hand-picked successor because they weren't happy with how he ran things. D'Amaro has worked at Disney for almost 20 years, 30 years.
Let's take a live look outside. We actually had some sunshine earlier, but the clouds decided to take over, didn't they, Emily?
They sure did. Clouds rolled in off of Lake Michigan because our wind direction is now coming in out of the northeast. So a lot of what you're seeing here, these are lake effect clouds that we're dealing with that's now moving farther inland. And temperatures, they are now sitting in the mid to upper 20s for a lot of us. But across the far south, southwest, that's where we're seeing temperatures in the 30s. We're up to the freezing mark now in Joliet. It's 32 there. Same thing in Kankakee, 30 in Rensselaer, also 30 degrees in Gary. We're at 27 in at O'Hare, and then down to 24 degrees currently in Waukegan. Futurecast temperatures taking us throughout the rest of this evening. Watch how temps begin to drop throughout the evening. Something else that we're going to be watching out for is some lake effect snow showers that are going to be developing. But as far as any accumulation, I think it's just going to be a dusting for those of us that do end up seeing any of these snow showers. So not a major event tonight, just a dusting to maybe up to a ½ inch with some of those if they are a little more persistent. And then through the day tomorrow, we're going to start to see that lake effect coming to an end. And then we're looking at temperatures that are likely topping out in the mid to upper 20s. So similar temperature-wise tomorrow. Tonight, we're falling down into the mid-teens. We'll have northwesterly winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. So occasionally, the wind chill temperatures are going to be dropping into the upper single digits. Your 5-day forecast here, 27 degrees tomorrow, 32 on Thursday. That's going to be feeling pretty good. Small chance for a couple stray showers. And then on Friday, we're actually now tracking the potential for maybe even a little bit of a wind tree mix. So rain and snow showers could be possible on Friday. That's right, I said rain. That's because temperatures are going to be warming above the freezing mark. We're looking at upper 30s, close to 40 degrees before temps drop back down into the 20s over the weekend. Back to you.
Okay, thanks, Emily. For adults with the developmental disabilities, it can be hard to find a purpose.
Coming up, we'll take you inside Clearbrook's PAL program, where communication looks different for everyone, and that's by design.
And some breakthrough technology is helping doctors get the upper hand in the fight against lung cancer. A doctor from Loyola Medicine explains coming up next.
A doctor in Chicago is using new technology to find cancer that was hiding before.
Dawn is joining us to let us know how this all works. Dawn.
It's really something. It's a first of its kind imaging technology, and it's called Cytalux. It is the only FDA-approved optical imaging agent designed to help surgeons see what their naked eye might miss. A doctor with Loyola University Medical Center and Endeavor Health told us about it today. A lung cancer patient undergoes a single infusion before surgery, and this Cytalux technology is able to target and locate the cancer cells by making them glow neon green. And then the doctor uses near-infrared lighting to see it. It's like a highlighter, they say, for cancer. Up to 55% of patients who have surgery to target the cancer cells end up having a recurrence because lesions are left behind that could not be seen. Well, this increases the surgeon's precision and allows them to remove more cancer.
It's going to give us more options to preserve lung tissue for those people, because not only can I find the cancer, but I can also determine exactly how much I should take out at that time, so I can preserve lung tissue and let people breathe easier once the surgery's done. It can also help me identify things like lymph nodes. We're hoping that in time moving forward, we can identify a pathway where we can try to figure out how to see if people have lymph node metastasis in real time as well. And that will allow us, again, a chance to cure not only these early stage lung cancers, but also more advanced stage one.
Recovery will be faster because doctors will take less lung, he says. And by the way, he's using this for lung cancer, as you heard, but this is approved for lung and ovarian cancer so far. And lung cancer is the leading cause of cancer-related deaths. Nearly 240,000 new cases are diagnosed every year. Back to you.
All right, Dawn, thank you. Two big groups here in Chicago are teaming up to end hunger.
We take you inside the Statesman Market, just opening today.
If you want total health care from a provider you trust,
hi, Blair. Hi.
Right in the palm of your hand, if you want soup, sweatpants, and zero in-person contact, if you want wellness wherever, our virtual primary care delivers with great website manner.
No worries.
So choose your doctor from our profiles and enjoy the healthiest online relationship you've ever had. House calls have evolved. Advocate Healthcare.
Ashley's President's Day sale is
All right, we're following several breaking stories right now. We need to update you all.
Yeah, the first one is out of Hammond. The Kankakee County Sheriff's Office says that it's arrested a suspect in the death of a Moments bar owner. The Post identifies the man as 47-year-old Julius Burks Jr. He was arrested at his home and apparently is now awaiting extradition back to Illinois. Coming up on the news at 5, Casey is going to have more on what we have learned about the victim, 30-year-old Courtney Drysdale.
Also, another breaking update, this one on the west side, the shooting at White Castle killed 2 men. Leslie Moreno was telling us about this at the top of the show. This is near UIC on Roosevelt Road. A third man is in the hospital. Now, we know 3 armed men fired at a car at the restaurant, and right now police are searching for them. We will keep updating you throughout the 4 o'clock and the news at 5 as well. Well, the pressure is growing on Cook County State's Attorney Eileen O'Neill Burke to prosecute federal immigration agents who broke the law.
Today, Mayor Johnson weighed in and clarified whether there was a disconnect between his office and the state's attorney. Political reporter Paris Schutz has the latest on this story. Paris?
Yeah, Sylvia and Terrence, there are a group of Illinois elected Democratic leaders who are calling on State's Attorney Eileen O'Neill Burke to investigate and possibly prosecute federal immigration agents related to the killing of Silverio Villegas Gonzalez. Remember, that was last summer in Franklin Park during an attempted arrest on Grand Avenue there. And then in the shooting of Marimar Martinez, who was testifying on Capitol Hill today, who was shot, but we know she survived, and now she is speaking out. This comes on the heels of Mayor Johnson's executive order that he signed this weekend, basically laying the groundwork to prosecute federal immigration agents who he says overstep the law or commit illegal acts. Now, there was a bit of a kerfluffle between State's Attorney Burke and Mayor Johnson. Mayor Johnson said he put out this executive order, as you see the body cam footage from the Franklin Park shooting of Silverio Villegas Gonzalez. Basically, Mayor Johnson is saying police should turn on their body cams. They should get as much evidence that they can of alleged indiscretions or even shootings committed by immigration agents, and then set it up for the state's attorney to come and prosecute. Problem is, State's Attorney Burke said she never saw that executive order and she did not agree to it, as Mayor Johnson said. She says she's still reviewing it. Mayor Johnson said he talked to someone in her office, a high-level policy official, and she had signed off on that order. And today, Mayor Johnson doubled down, saying it really is up to the state's attorney to prosecute, but he's going to do what he can on his end to lay the groundwork for it.
I am doing everything in my power to provide any level of support that can ultimately lead towards justice and protecting the people of the city of Chicago. So, I don't see it as a disconnect. Look, Democrats know what our responsibility is in this moment, and it's imperative that we stand up for the working class, for the downtrodden, for undocumented families, for working people across the city and across this country.
All this comes as President Trump today signed the partial funding measure to keep government open and to avert a shutdown. But part of that agreement is Department of Homeland Security will be funded for the next couple of weeks while Democrats and Republicans debate what to do about funding for ICE and for their deportation efforts. There's disagreements, obviously, between Republicans and Democrats, but within Democrats, some Democrats want to defund ICE and abolish it entirely. Others just want to bring the funding levels down and put new restrictions on federal immigration agents, like the notion that they have to present a judicial warrant if they're going to arrest somebody. A lot going on. Terrence, we toss it back to you.
Yeah, clearly a lot going on, Paris. Thank you. City Colleges of Chicago open a new food market for students. They opened Statesman Market. It expands an existing food pantry at Kennedy King College. They partnered with the Greater Chicago Food Depository. Pantry offers healthier food. Students can get fresh produce, protein, very important, and dairy right on campus.
Our students come to Kennedy King with big dreams, and this new expanded and beautiful marketplace helps ensure every student has the support they need to stay enrolled, focused, and thriving.
It will offer expanded hours during the week as well.
The city of Gary is sharing new plans for one of its shelters. My Brother's Keeper is going to be moving into a new facility this summer. The shelter provides temporary housing for men and veterans in Gary. It also offers meals through its soup kitchen and serves as a warming center. Shelter leaders say that they are looking to make the building more modern and provide more resources to the community.
This facility will provide more than beds. It will provide structure. It will provide counseling, workforce preparation, and a pathway back to stability. It's about helping men that's looking to move forward.
Construction is expected to begin by June, with residents set to move back into the shelter in October.
I'll echo again what Paris said. Woo, it's a lot going on. But for once, it doesn't involve the weather. I mean, it's cold, but nothing outrageous.
I love that shot. Look at that with the ice still, right? That's
it's pretty
so
to drive
cool.
up and see it in person, too. Like the little ice pancakes.
Yes.
Is that what you call them?
So
Always
those ones don't.
Eggs.
Those don't appear to be ice pancakes on the Chicago River. Those are just kind of slabs of ice. But if you go out to the lakefront, and they will literally look like pancakes. They'll be almost perfectly round. They're kind of like scooped up at the edges.
Home cakes.
Ooh, that sounds good for dinner.
What's the other word for them? Flapjacks?
Flapjacks.
Home cakes?
Hot cakes.
Hot cakes. There you go. Come on.
There you go.
We love them.
Breakfast for dinner. Recommend.
I love breakfast for dinner.
Me too. It's the best. All right. Right now, we have temperatures that are in the 20s again today. It's feeling pretty good. We have a temp of 27 degrees right now. Winds of 14 miles per hour. That's enough to bring wind chills down to about 16. So, of course, still cold, but way better than where we have been over the last couple of weeks. Your 5-day forecast as far as precipitation is concerned, we have low-end chances for lake effect snow tonight and tomorrow, and then that's going to taper off, come to an end. There's going to be another storm system passing largely to our north and our east on Thursday. Most areas end up staying dry, but then on Friday, scattered snow, possibly mixing in with some sleet, some rain, could be possible on Friday. Looks very scattered in nature at this point, but still something to watch for the end of the week. For tonight, 15 degrees. We'll have 5 to 10 mile per hour winds. That's going to be enough to send wind chill temperatures down into the upper single digits to near 10 degrees. Your 3-day forecast tomorrow, a couple lake effect snow showers in the morning. After that, skies are going to become partly cloudy, a high of 27, 32, mostly cloudy conditions on Thursday. Remember, we do have that small snow chance on Thursday. Most areas end up staying dry. And then on Friday, wintry mix going to be possible, but temperatures looking great. We are going to be in the upper 30s to near 40 degrees before temperatures take a pretty big tumble going into the upcoming weekend. Back to you.
All right. Thanks for that, Emily. A local program is changing lives in our area.
Focuses on how best to help those living with developmental disabilities. We take you inside Clearbrook's HOW program and how you can get involved.
Welcome to Take 5.
After graduation, many families ask the same question: what's next?
For adults with developmental disabilities, purpose and independence can feel out of reach.
And one program in Chicago is helping them find both. Brian Jackson went there.
Inside this bright, busy space at Clearbrook's PAL program,
I have a question for you.
communication looks different for everyone.
Did you want to take the bus to Taco Bell? Yes. Yes.
That's exactly the point.
Everyone in PAL communicates a different way, which is pretty magical.
Some clients use picture-based systems.
You're on your greetings page. Did you have anything to say to everyone? I know there's a lot of people here.
Others rely on switches or electronic communication devices.
To start your new year in a cool way.
Many are nonverbal, but they are far from silent.
Everyone deserves the ability to communicate. Just because they can't use words doesn't mean they don't have anything to say. They have lots to say, actually.
Did you like ice skating? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. I know. She loves going fast. I call her like the daredevil. She's got the need for speed.
That ability to communicate, even with a simple yes or no, opens the door to independence. That is the heart of the PAL program. Adults choosing their activities, sharing meals, working on crafts, even providing fashion advice.
What do you think of my dress, Annie?
Annie do not.
Annie do not. She don't like it. That's okay, because we all have different opinions.
For parents like Bob Peterson, those opinions are something he's waited decades to hear.
I spoke for Kimberly for her whole life, and we just have a thing, and I answer her questions, and it's not really always the best way to do it. PAL taught me to learn patience.
Then came a moment he'll never forget.
After being here for a while and Olivia started the communication program, she came back and said, Kimberly's got something to say to you, and they had actually recorded word by word on the switch. Hey, Dad, I'm 37 now, no more Disney.
A sentence years in the making.
Stuff like that happens all the time. It's magic.
Even something as simple as choosing how to wear her hair becomes a form of self-expression.
Yeah, she will let me know which one she wants. She wants a bun, her hair down, she wants, a bow.
And for the people who work here, that impact goes both ways.
And I learn something new every day. And it's been 25 years in this field, and every day, something new, a new challenge. Placement at Clearbrook is a gift for you, your family, and the child that you're placing.
A place where every voice matters, no matter how it's heard.
Such great smiles. That was Brian Jackson reporting. You can find more information about the program on our website, fox32chicago.com.
It's one of the most heartwarming things you're going to see all day.
Still to come, one grandfather's incredible reaction after he found out his grandson got into his dream college.
That's great. Plus, it appears temperatures are feeling a little more seasonable. Emily's tracking the chance for some light snow near the lake tonight.
Check out the bean, y'all.
Yeah, what do you see, T?
Not the snow that has been on top of it for a while.
It's melting.
Yeah, a little bit of melting taking place out there. We haven't officially reached the freezing mark in the city of Chicago, but
we are looking forward to that day. Isn't that
you know,
funny?
and the day is right around the corner.
Yay.
So we're getting closer. We've been having a countdown all week.
Yep.
We have our shot on Thursday, but actually there were a few locations today that did make it to the freezing mark.
A little jealous.
We're getting, a little jealous. You know, places like Joliet hit that 32, was feeling pretty good. Here's a look at the daily almanac for today. So far, temperatures have topped out in the upper 20s, averages around 32. So we have been pretty close to that. And even our low temperatures, pretty seasonable, averages around 19 today. We ended up waking up in the mid-teens, but notice the records for this date. 59 degrees, that was set back in 1992. So this time of the year, you can really have any type of extreme, whether that's temperatures that are feeling spring-like or still in the dead of winter there with minus 19 as the record low temperature. That was set back in 1996. Something else I wanted to point out. The sunrise and sunset times are beginning to get a little bit earlier in the morning, a little bit later at night. So each and every day now we're gaining almost about 2.5 minutes. So by the end of this month, in total, the city of Chicago, we're looking at gaining about 70 minutes of daylight throughout the month of February. So days are getting longer, and going into March, actually, I was doing the math a little bit earlier, and it was around 86 minutes in March. So it just gets better from here. Your temperatures out there right now, many of us are sitting in the mid to upper 20s. It's 30 degrees currently in Aurora, 32 in Joliet. That's one of our warmer spots right now. 29 in Rensselaer, 28 in Merrillville. We have 30 in Gary, 25 in Woodstock. So we are a little bit cooler across the north and northwest, 24 degrees currently in Waukegan. And we're starting to see those northeasterly winds ramping up to be about 10 to 15 miles per hour for a lot of us. I was actually noticing on our cameras a little bit earlier that they're starting to jump and bounce a little bit right along the lake shore. So we are seeing some gusty winds there as well as those lake effect clouds move in. Also, something that we're going to be watching closely is going to be the chance of some lake effect snow showers being a possibility throughout this evening. That's going to continue into tonight and even into early tomorrow morning. But as far as accumulations go, nothing major. It's looking like just a dusting to about a ½ inch for those of us that do end up seeing those snow showers. Wind chill temps feeling like the teens for a lot of us. Actual air temperatures tonight will be dropping into the teens. Your 5-day forecast, we're in the 20s tomorrow, but then jumping to the 30s by Thursday and Friday. In fact, Friday, that's going to be our warm day of this stretch. We've been looking forward to it all week. We're going to see a little bit of a thaw out there. Temperatures warming above the freezing mark, upper 30s to near 40 degrees. I do think that several locations, especially west and southwest of the city of Chicago, probably tag that 40-degree mark before temperatures drop back down into the 20s going into this upcoming weekend. So we are trending cooler for a couple days this weekend into early next week, but then we start to see a change in our weather pattern. Take a look at our temperature outlook here. This is from February 9th through the 13th. So that's Monday through Friday of next week. And you can see that we are now strongly favored to see temperatures trending above average. So average next week sits right around 33, 34 degrees. So what this is showing us is that essentially we're looking at temperatures that are likely going to be higher than that. And by the end of next week, I don't think it's out of the question that we see a couple days in the 40s. So it's really going to be something to thaw us out and look forward to. Satellite and radar. Things are rather quiet for now. A couple flurries coming down across portions of Cook County. Here's Futurecast taking us throughout this evening and tonight. Again, small chance for some lake effect snow showers being possible, mainly across northeast Illinois. That could round the lake into northwest Indiana tomorrow as those winds turn a little bit more northwesterly. And then during the afternoon, we're going to see our skies becoming partly cloudy. So a glimpse of the sunshine before yet another storm system is going to be passing mainly to our northeast, but that could kind of graze the area, so a little bit of light precip could be possible on Thursday. Your 7-day forecast tomorrow, 27, 32 expected on Thursday. Friday, we're going to have 38 degrees. Small chance that we could be seeing some snow showers, but maybe even mixing in with some sleet, possibly some rain, with those temperatures warming above the freezing mark. And then this weekend, it's getting chilly again. We're going down into the 20s, but next week looking fantastic. We are going to be close to 40 again by Tuesday of next week. We'll be right back.
Stream Fox 32 News.
fast food chain just released a luxury item for Valentine's Day.
Yep. Of all places, McDonald's says it's releasing a McNugget caviar kit for free exclusively online.
Oh, I kind of want to taste this. The kit comes with a 1 ounce tin of McNugget caviar, a $25 gift card, chicken McNuggets, cream, say that. How do you say
Creme fraiche.
Creme fraiche. Oh, yeah, not cream, creme fraiche. And a mother of pearl spoon. Fans will have a chance to win a McNuggetCaviar.com. That's the website where you go to get this. Beginning February 10th at 10 in the morning Central Time, the kit is available only while supplies last. McDonald's says the luxury meal is inspired by a viral dish served at the U.S. Open last year. Oh, I do remember this. Last August, people were talking about it was trending on social media.
What?
Yeah, the caviar and McDonald's and the nuggets. Yes.
I'll log on, but clearly I can only win one. So which one of you are going to get it?
Well,
we could share.
We can
that's
bring on the
true.
show. We can all
Yes.
try it together.
I love it.
Yeah, I hope the bots don't beat you. You know what I mean?
They probably will.
Yeah, and then somebody will be selling it on line for like $2,000.
Exactly. Yeah.
A heartwarming video in Pennsylvania is going viral.
Yeah, high school students are finding out right now if they got into college. Well, one grandfather was really stoked about where his grandson will be into college.
Love it. Take a look. Oh, does that make you want to cry? That is so beautiful. That man with screams of pure joy after his grandson Wes showed him an acceptance email from Penn State. Yes, you could see him pull his grandson in for that big hug. The grandfather was especially proud because Penn State is his alma mater. Wes says he will be studying aerospace engineering.
Oh, that's even better.
Congratulations,
Yeah.
but that school is horrible. I'm kidding. They're our rivals. They're Temple University's
That's
rivals, so I
hilarious.
have to say it.
Yeah, but at least they're happy.
Repping the cherry and white. Ooh, the Owls.
The Owls. Ooh, that's a fierce mascot, isn't it?
Come on. A lion would eat us up, though, but, you know, I digress.
Okay, it might be time to find a new word game.
Yes, Wordle appears to have run out of options.
Yeah, the popular New York Times guessing game says it will start reusing words this week. There will still be new word solutions, but previous answers will be thrown in the mix to keep the game going.
Oh, it's been a while since I've played Wordle. I haven't
played.
Time to get back.
Same. All right, if you believe it, if you can believe it, the Fast and Furious franchise keeps on going.
Yes, Universal Pictures announced it will be called Fast Forever, and it's set to release on March 17th of 2028. The franchise's star, Vin Diesel, also announced the details of his Instagram with the caption, "No one said the road would be easy, but it's ours." There's no word on if this will be the last Fast and Furious movie.
Won't.
So far, there have been 10 films of the franchise, which have grossed more than $7 billion combined.
And that's why it won't be the last, because it still makes money.
Fast and Furious forever. Pop icon's life story gets the spotlight, and a hit comedy scores another season. Ashley Dvorkin has the latest.
Hey. Hey. Return to Hawkins. Michael Jackson's legacy center stage, and Hamnet heads home in the Hollywood nation.
Is it true?
The Oscar-nominated film Hamnet is now available on digital. The tale stars Golden Globe winner Jessie Buckley as Agnes Shakespeare and Paul Mescal as William Shakespeare, exploring the loss of their son and events which may have inspired Hamlet. The digital release includes new bonus features and audio commentary. It's available on 4K Ultra HD, Blu-ray, and DVD March 3rd.
Life is better than it's been for a while.
John Hamm is sticking around the neighborhood. Apple TV renewed Your Friends and Neighbors for a third season, months ahead of its season 2 debut on April 3rd. Hamm executive produces and stars as Andrew Coop Cooper, a suburban dad whose secret life as a thief is now spiraling even further out of control when a new neighbor threatens to expose everything.
Something from the upside down.
Netflix is taking viewers back to Hawkins. The streamer revealed the first teaser and set an April 23rd premiere for Stranger Things Tales from 85, an animated spin-off series in the fan favorite universe. Set during the winter of 1985, the story follows 11 Mike, Will, Dustin, Lucas, and Max facing a new threat which begins to surface beneath the town.
You're beautiful.
You're the greatest of all time.
Michael Jackson's story is heading to the big screen. Lionsgate released the official trailer for Michael, the upcoming biopic about the life and legacy of the late pop icon. The film stars the singer's nephew, Jafar Jackson, portraying his uncle in his feature film debut, following his rise to fame starting with the Jackson 5. It arrives in theaters and IMAX April 24th. In Hollywood, Ashley Dvorkin, Fox News.
That looks so
I know, I
good.
can't wait to
I hope
see
they
it.
have the premiere in Gary, Indiana.
They should.
That'd be
Makes
really
sense.
cool. All right. Well, thanks for spending time with us at 4.
Here are Don and Scott with the news at 5.
Thank you all. Now at 5 with